All right, diving in today, folks, we're going deep, deep into the life of Gladys Love Smith Presley. I mean, Elvis, right? You can't talk of the king without talking about his mama.
Yeah.
You send in a ton of great info on her.
Yeah, I mean, a lot to unpack here about her early years, down in Mississippi, her bond with Elvis, like that crazy strong bond, the values she instilled in him, music, right, her own personality, and later the struggles, the tough stuff. We'll get into her passing and like how the media's portrayed her over the
Right,
years.
because for you listening, it's about finding those, like, whoa
Yeah.
moments, the moments that show just how powerful a mother's influence is, and especially how those early years can shape, well, a legend. So, Gladys, born in 1912 in Mississippi, tough start, one of 9 kids, both parents gone pretty young. By 19, she's already supporting her whole family. Seamstress.
I mean, you think about that, those early responsibilities, that probably gave her this like inner strength, like
Uh,
resilience, and losing her own mom around the same age Elvis lost her. It's like a parallel, right? A
yeah.
powerful one. And then she marries Vernon Presley, 1930s, East Tupelo. That's where the family starts.
And that family, especially Gladys and Elvis, wow, that bond is everything to his story. Losing his twin, Jesse, man, that just made their connection even stronger.
Yeah, she really believed, from what I read, that Elvis like absorbed Jesse's strength.
Wow.
It's really something. And, they had the nicknames, the baby talk, even when Elvis was older. They shared a bed for years because, well, things were tight, money was tight.
Tough times.
Really intense bond. I mean, there are stories about her carrying baby Elvis in a sack while she worked. And when Vernon had that run-in with the law, Gladys and Elvis, they really leaned on each other then. Elvis's first recording, My Happiness, a birthday gift to Gladys.
No way.
Yeah, and even on tour, he'd call her every night. And back to the baby talk. Priscilla even said Gladys was the love of his life. That says it all, right?
It really does. And she wasn't just loving, she was shaping him. Gladys, I mean, she was like a mama bear, fiercely protective, taught him right from wrong, honesty, respect, manners, like yes or no, sir, all
Hey,
that.
Earls. And she nurtured his confidence, his drive. She got him singing in church, the Assembly of God. Her uncle was a preacher there. Gospel music, that's where it all started.
It's all connected.
And think about it. She's the one who steered him towards a guitar, not a bike. Can you imagine? And his first public performance, even before they moved to Memphis?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the sources describe her as like impetuous and impulsive, which, maybe Elvis got a bit of that from her. She wasn't just there, she was recognizing his talents, encouraging him.
So Gladys, beyond Elvis's mom, in 56, she's described as 39, plump, placid, and pious. A good woman, loved her faith. The Elvis and Gladys biography, though, that one paints her as pretty strong-willed.
And I'm seeing a lot of that in these sources, yeah.
But she had a life before the fame. Loved basketball, dancing, music, worked on farms, factories. Even in Memphis, she kept working, active in church.
And here's the thing, right? This woman, full of life, it seems like Elvis's fame, it kind of, I don't know, isolated her. She missed the simpler times. There's that quote, man, that one gets me, the most miserable woman on earth. Tough stuff.
It is.
Yeah. And there's, whispers about alcohol, diet pills, maybe the pressure, trying to adjust. It was all too much.
And then hepatitis in 58.
Yeah.
All downhill from there, fast, gone in August, 46 years old.
Officially a heart attack. But the liver failure, maybe from the drinking, that was a factor. Elvis was just crushed.
Devastated.
He said, everything I had was gone. And honestly, I think he carried that grief his whole life. It probably shaped him, relationships, choices, everything. It's heavy. And, he died almost exactly 19 years to the day after her. It's eerie almost. And after Gladys passed, people were a little easier on Elvis, less criticism.
They saw his pain.
Yeah. So how's she been remembered? I mean, a lot of biographies focus on that protective side, Mama Bear. Movies, too. Some of those are a little controversial. People see her different ways. Loving mom, overbearing. It depends. And that whole thing with the Star of David on her headstone, that's got people talking.
Yes.
But look, here's the thing about Gladys. She had a tough life, but she was tough too, resilient. That bond with Elvis, that was his foundation. She gave him values, fostered his music, and yeah, the fame was hard for her, but her impact on him, it's huge. No denying that.
Unforgettable.
And for Elvis, losing her, that left a hole, a big one.
So for you listening, think about this. What if Gladys had lived longer? What if she'd been there through all of it, the craziness of superstardom? How would Elvis's life, his music, have been different? It's a question worth pondering. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.